Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Fire Trail. In today's episode, I want to start off with a question. I would like to ask you if you think this is a wonderful trade-off. If someone were to say, hey, I will give you $45 today, and then a few years later, I will give you $15 for you to spend however you like. Would that sound like a wonderful business deal? A wonderful trade-off? Hi, my name is Xiao Yu, and I recently retired from my corporate finance job at age 37. And now I spend a lot of my time doing YouTube videos and do financial coaching for individuals to help them reach financial independence and retire early. Now, that scenario I just presented, you giving them $45 and they give you back $15 may sound ridiculous, but if you really think about it, that's how we approach our retirement strategy. If you were to be 20 years old, fresh out of college, you get your first job, you're super excited. In your mind, you've probably been ingrained that you work 45 years for a company or various companies. You can job hop around and progress the corporate ladder, but basically work 45 years. So from 20 to 65, you retire at 65. The government says, here's your Social Security payment, here's your Medicare, and you retire 65. Now, do you know what the average lifespan of an American is? The average lifespan for a female in America, what that is? It's roughly 80 years old. Do you know what the average lifespan for a male in America, what that is? It's roughly 78 years. So let's just round up and say 80 years. The average lifespan is 80 years in America. So when you hit 65, you have 15 years left of life to live under your own terms, to pursue your passion, to pursue your values. Does that sound like a wonderful trade-off? Now that I put in this perspective, probably not. You're probably shaking your head no. But here's the sad reality. But that's exactly what people sign up for every single day. And they just don't realize it until it's too late. Now, one of the things I'm a big proponent of is that we need to escape this type of mindset, that we need to level up and change the way we see work. Now, I don't want anyone to misunderstand me. I have nothing against people working. In fact, I worked a traditional corporate finance job. I started working when I was 13 at a Chinese restaurant. When I was in high school, I worked in the restaurant. I worked at Sears when it was still around at customer service. And then when I was in college, I had a part-time job as a bookkeeper at a law firm. So every phase of my life, I've always worked. And once I graduated from college with my accounting degree, I became a CPA and worked for one of the big four accounting firms. And I've spent over 15 years in a white collar job. So I have nothing against work. I think we should work to the best of our ability, work unto the Lord, as to the Lord, okay, and give it our very best. Nothing against that. That's not what I am talking about. What I am trying to get people to understand is work is a method in which we acquire money as a resource to develop and to pave a journey we want to live. Work should not be the journey in our life. You hear people describe their career, their work, as if it is the journey itself. It's their life journey. People say their identity is all encompassed on their work, on who they are and what they do in a office building for 8, 9, 10 hours a day. And what I want people to see is that is not a healthy way of living. Why do I say that? Well, think about this. How many successful families do you know have have healthy relationships with parent children where the dad is off working in the office 8, 9, 10 hours a day and only spend time with their kids 1 or 2 hours at most during the evening when they're exhausted and drained and they're missing their kids basketball games, they're missing their kids events because work, it takes priority, that's what feeds us, and they're missing out on their kids life, and their kids go off to college at 18, and for the rest of the kids life the only interactions with their parents is probably during the major holiday seasons, right? Does that sound very healthy to you? Or what about the husband wife relationship? And do you know right now when the most popular age right now for people to be getting divorced? It's about at the 50-year age mark, 50 years old. Why? It's not a coincidence that at 50 years old, many of the kids have are either entering college or graduating college. And now the reality is you only have the husband and wife and they have to interact with each other. And if you spent all these years working and focusing on just climbing the corporate ladder and neglecting each other, what do you think happens when you are forced to interact with the other person and that there's no kids to distract you? There's no other people in the home that you can interact with except your partner. People find out that they've become strangers to one another, but they are so excited and enthusiastic about their job titles, how much they make, and all the respect and glory they have at work. But yet, their relationship with their kids, with their spouse, is in shambles. So, I want people to understand that work and your career should not be the journey in your life. The journey in our lives should be serving God, serving our family, serving our church, serving our friends and neighbors, and putting relationships that we should hold those in the highest value. And the reason people put that to the very end is because they have ingrained in their mind that I need to work. Well, when you ask, like, why do you need to work? And it's because they've gotten themselves into financial trouble. They have accumulated debt. They have credit card debt, student loan debt, car loan debt, mortgage debt, HELOC, all the boats, whatever. And they're just buying all these expensive things that requires them to stay at a job they may or may not like, and they continue to work at that job and they make more and more money every year. What happens? Then I need to buy more and more expensive items. So that rat race, that pattern, that cycle continues on until you hit 65. And when then you retire and you wonder like, what have my life been all about? What have I really accomplished? Because when you hit 65 and you're retired, you no longer have your job title. You no longer have all those wonderful team members that sings your praises because they're retired now and doing their own thing. You won't have something to escape to, and you'll be faced with reality of the relationships that you have neglected all those years. I want to encourage you to really take inventory of your life. Take inventory of your relationship with your family and make them a priority. Don't make work the journey in life. Your journey in life should be about the relationship and the value you get from those relationships and enjoy it now. Don't wait until you're 65. All right. Everyone, again, my name is Xiao Yu, and I hope you enjoyed this video and that you found some encouragement from it. If you find it valuable, the information valuable, please like and subscribe, leave a comment. I would love to hear your thoughts on this topic. And I wish you guys the best in your financial journey. Take care.